What is going on, guys? This is Daniel, and DeMarcus Cousins going to the Warriors was one of the biggest stories of the season, and now we have a decent sample size of him playing for the Warriors. He's been in 11 games, and we see that he's averaging 14 points per game, and I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at how he's fitting in on offense and how his skills are being utilized. So, let's get to it. Let's start with transition, and one area where he's been getting easy baskets is with leakouts. So on a late contest here for an Al Horford 3, we see that he jumps to contest. And when the Warriors get the rebound, he's actually open for a leakout because his momentum had carried him past Horford, and now he has the opportunity to beat the defense down the court. And Cousins has the coordination to catch a pass like this from Curry, and on this play he gets fouled. Here's another example of the leak out, and this isn't cherry picking, it's just a smart play. Here it's Draymond who finds him with a perfect pass, and Draymond is elite at recognizing when a leak out is open. So we see there's already good chemistry there, and another area where they can get it to him is an early offense on a duck in like this, where he seals Whiteside and he draws a foul on Whiteside early in the game, which is a small but not insignificant play. Cousins also has the ability to lead a fast break by bringing it up due to his passing, and we see that here off of a turnover, he finds Durant with a gorgeous pass. Now let's move on to the half court and his three-point shooting, and one effect he does have is on the team spacing. So on this play, for example, Kelly Olynyk misses on his gamble for the steal, which allows Green to drive, and we see that when Green drives, Cousins is spaced outside the three-point line, so now the Warriors essentially have 4-out spacing, which is very tough to rotate against, and it's actually Cousins here who gets the open three. He just can't knock it down, but the ability to have that kind of spacing is very valuable. Now of course he has to hit the threes, and thus far this season he's 9 for 31, 29%. Now if you're a Warriors fan, I wouldn't worry about this too much because his track record shows he should increase that percentage to league average, but if he doesn't start to hit his threes, that spacing effect and the ability to hit threes won't matter much and teams will start ignoring him. And even before his recent three-point slump, we already saw some big men simply not guard him out there, such as here, Tyson Chandler doesn't close out, giving up the three to Cousins because some defenses will live with that when he's on the floor with other stars. Now if he starts hitting his threes, the Warriors have a play that can give defenses trouble, which is the Cousins pick and pop. And this is one of the actions they've utilized him in thus far. So he sets the ball screen, Whiteside drops back, and with the defense focusing on Durant, he gets an open three, he just can't hit it. They run the pick and pop, and here we see Muscala closes out to Cousins, showing respect to his three-point shot, and that allows Cousins to drive and get a foul. One reason he's fit so well thus far is because he is a very complete offensive player. He can shoot and also pass, and that fits in with any offense, including the Warriors offense where they might swing it around the perimeter, and here when he gets it on top, he finds Curry on a backdoor cut, and that's a pass some of the other Warriors centers may not have been able to make. So yes, Cousins is fitting in well, and in regards to his passing, one area where he likes to operate is at the high post. Well, this is a great fit as the Warriors run some of their offense out of the high post and they cut and move very well. Now on this play we see Iguodala comes for a handoff, but Shamet is right there. So instead of handing it off, notice how Cousins will reverse pivot and make contact with Shamet as Iguodala curls to the basket. This is a smart play. Boogie drops it off to Iguodala, Green sets a great off-ball screen for Quinn Cook, and it's an open three. And that was all started because of Cousins' nice pivot. And the numbers reflect what the Warriors would have hoped. Per 36 minutes, he's getting the same amount of assists as last year while keeping his turnovers lower as he doesn't have to force the issue on a team with so much talent. Let's now talk about his post and face-up scoring. And let's start with post-ups, and on this play he receives a cross screen and he makes a nice move to beat Embiid baseline for the layup. His post-ups have been quite good so far. He's shooting 15 for 29, 51% on post-ups so far this season, and he's making nice moves such as this one where he goes to his left and hits the lefty hook over Adebayo. Now, the real reason that percentage is so high is because he's getting some very favorable matchups where the defense doesn't double team. Here the Lakers stick Michael Beasley on him, and if it's single coverage like that, it's game over. He's even bullying centers who aren't big or strong enough. Here for instance, Miles Turner doesn't seem to have much of a chance as Boogie gets the and one. For Boogie last year, this would have been an automatic double team, but because he's coming back from injury and he's playing with other talent, some teams are hesitant to double and he's taking advantage, and his post-ups are particularly useful on second units when Curry and Durant aren't in the game. Now, one area where he doesn't look quite the same is on face-up attacks. He used to be a face-up monster, but he doesn't seem to be as explosive or quick this year, and he has trouble getting by Horford here, and he throws up an awkward shot. On this play, he doesn't look explosive, his balance is off, and he gets blocked by Zubac. There's one action the Warriors love to run that showcases all of Cousins' abilities, and that's the post split, and he's worked quite well in these situations thus far. So on this play, he gets it in the post, and McKinney will go set a screen for Curry for the split. But because the Sixers will switch this because there's no center involved, McKinney will slip to the basket, causing miscommunication on the screen, and Cousins finds McKinney for the layup. Really good offense. This time, Cousins finds Jerebko when he slips to the basket on the post split. There's a nice natural progression to this play when Cousins gets the ball in the post. The split isn't open here, but then he can go one-on-one in the post. The problem, he's facing Al Horford on this play, who blocks him. What makes this play fun to watch, especially for Cousins, is that the spots are interchangeable. So on this play, he passes it into the post, and he's the one screening for Klay Thompson. And keep in mind that he doesn't slip it here because he's the center and the Celtics aren't trying to switch this. If he slipped to the basket, Horford would have been right there to take that away. So Boogie sets a real screen and Klay gets a decent look. The Warriors begin this play with a pick and pop to Cousins, and he's wide open, he could have shot this, but when he doesn't, I like what happens next. He doesn't hold the ball or try to create, he swings the ball very quickly to the opposite side to keep the offense going. Then when the ball goes into the post, they naturally flow into a split where now Cousins is the player coming off of the screen. This is quite unique for a center, of course, and here when Embiid closes out, Cousins can attack that closeout and find McKinney. Wow. This play is a great example of the value Boogie can bring to the Warriors. So they run the split, it's not perfectly executed, Curry simply rubs off of Cousins, but it's enough to draw a switch. And now you have Boogie being guarded by Jimmy Butler. So the Warriors look to get it inside to Cousins, and remember, when he has a mismatch and there's no double team, it's an easy 2 points, and that's what happens here, and Cousins' ability to post up switches may become very valuable in the playoffs as teams switch more and the Warriors need any offense they can get. Well, there you have it, guys. Cousins doesn't have many offensive weaknesses, and that showed with the Warriors as he's been able to make an impact in a variety of ways. And there have been growing pains, of course. For example, on this play, Durant throws it to a spot he thought Cousins would have been, and it's a turnover. And you've probably seen this play where Klay hits Boogie on the head with a pass, though Klay still gets the shot. So there are growing pains, but for the most part, Boogie has been aggressive while unselfish at the same time, and that's made the Warriors offense even more dangerous. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.